Hey, yo, what's up, guys? Coughing right off the gate. Right out the start, he ends up wheezing into the microphone. Guys, I'm gonna continue with the SAT, the PSAT, I mean, that I was solving earlier this morning. I want to start front running my schedule so that I'm not rushing all the time like I was rushing the last couple of streams. So let me get right into it. PSAT for the October 14th, 2015 test. I need to set up my stopwatch. And now that I think about it, it might be good to wait 7 minutes. Because you know what, I kind of want to have a clean record on this PDF, if at all possible. It makes things a little easier to manage in the future. So I'm just gonna find some way to kill time for 7 minutes while this catches up till 7:20. Yes, I could probably use some online stopwatch that, like, I don't know, like you can like set the start time or whatever, but forget it. Gonna waste 7 minutes of time. Now, if you are watching this as a video, as a YouTube video, after the live stream, I strongly recommend hitting the, I'll set up the timestamps. I strongly recommend just skipping 7 minutes into the future and getting started on the test. Well, if we're here anyway, I might as well do my strategy recap, where I just explain the way that I take the test. So, and it's good practice for me to keep repeating what I think the main points are. So I'm going to do that right now. I'm looking at my YouTube preview, and it seems like something's really strange. So let me just stop myself there. Oh, I see. It's, weird. Interesting how that happens. I just learned a thing about YouTube that I didn't know until just now. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. Anyway, strategy recap. Let's go back to it. Strategy recap, where I explain the way that I take the test. It helps you follow along. So the typical advice is not to read first the passage, but to go to the questions, to find the line references, and then to mark the passages first. Okay? That's very typical advice that's given when anybody ever talks about strategy. Strongly discourage that. I can't come up with words right now. I do not recommend that. I would say that actually you should read the passage, and specifically you should read it probably slower than you're even used to. You should read it. Now, some people are reading very slow, so this advice doesn't apply for everybody, but the way I do it is I read it fairly slowly. And the goal of my reading is that at the end of the reading, I'm able to recall what the passage is. Okay, to recall the passage almost sometimes sentence by sentence, although it's not literally sentence by sentence, but it's like paragraph by paragraph, part by part, I have something to say. So that recitation from memory, I call that my map of the passage, and I try to know what part of the page every single point came out in. Okay, you're going to see me do that in my stream. I'm going to give a map of the passage for every passage that I read. Then after reading, I go into the questions, and I do not use process elimination right away. Instead, what I do is I look at the questions. Then I sort of predict the answers to my questions, and then I try to find the one that matches my answer. Okay, this is different from a sort of low understanding strategy where you're supposed to not even really understand the passage at all in the first place. You're just supposed to kind of get a rough gist, and then you go right into questions. For that strategy, you would read a little faster. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing, but I think it's worth at least thinking about it and intentionally trying this strategy and that strategy and comparing what works best. I think this works best. So then I read the question stem, I predict the answer, and after I predict the answer, I just find what seems right. Now, sometimes that doesn't work. In those cases, I finally use process elimination. For those questions, I oftentimes take more than a minute to answer, but almost every other question, I take less than a minute to answer. The really fast ones are between 10 and 15 seconds when it's basically a vocabulary question. And even the non-vocabulary questions, when I'm fast, it's like 15 to 20 seconds. It's very fast. Specifically, there are questions that I answer without even double checking the passage because I am so confident in my map of the passage, I already know the answer. I don't double check the passage, and so I call that a no-look answer. I didn't look back at the passage, I just looked at the stem, I predicted my answer, and then I got it. My goal is to have a good enough map of the passage that I can have multiple no-look answers. All right, so that's my strategy recap. That's how I take the test. Now, I think we just need to wait 2 more minutes, okay? And then I can get started. Not even 1.5 more minutes, and then we can get started. Getting the reflection of Seoul right now, of the city right now. But yes. Unable to chat, please try again later. What is this? What's this like weird error? Let me just check on this right now. Oh, never mind. My page was being weird. Okay. So, in 1 more minute, I'm about to start on the second passage. Okay, in 30 more seconds, I'm about to start on the second passage. And in 10 seconds, I'm about to start on the second passage. Here we go. Nature's bounty, meet your maker. From psychology. So what's this? The maker of the bounty. What does that mean? From the majority of our food. So we're talking about the food bounty. It came from local farms in the beginning. Then the mass cultivation of durable produce in a few locations countrywide to warehouse. Okay, so supermarkets. So food shopping became a less frequent event, driven largely by price. Frequent event and other rational economic considerations. What? Produce in a few locations. Countrywide distribution, which is the opposite of local. Food shopping became less frequent, and it became driven largely by price and other rational economic considerations. I don't see how that's related, but okay. I probably spent way too much time on that, but it was just messed me up. Taste and quality and eventually nutrition and food safety were sacrificed to efficiencies of production. Oh, I see. Taste and quality and nutrition and safety were all sacrificed. Yes. Weakening crop health. Amy Trebek. America produces a great array of potato chips, but only a few very sad. Perhaps when antibiotics were needed to counter the effects of mass housing of animals. So antibiotics might be a culprit. And then mass housing might be a different culprit. The efficiencies began yielding diminishing returns. Today, recalls occur very frequently. More subtly, however, Okay, I think we're gonna go. This is the focus. Rupture the rich web of cultural experiences tied with food. Yes, 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 yes. We want the personal touch. And see farmers market. Okay, finally the topic. Wow, that's the topic. It took forever to come out. Okay, farmers market, Ontario, Canada. They were not deterred. Value is not just price. And environmental matters is not necessarily the point. Okay? Social, flavor. That's the thing about food. We're at 10:15. It's fresh. The ambiance, the atmosphere is personal. It's healthy, healthier food. Yeah. It's those social aspect. We know the people, interaction, you talk. It's part of your life. Social. Busy places are conversations. You know, supermarkets are not like that. Fagin. Who's Fagin? Do we have Fagin over here? Oh. No. No. Stop. My iPad battery died, and it's because this thing can't charge it. Annoying. Dude, I'm like too tired to do this. So annoying. Okay, Joe, what's up? Oh, it's messing me up. It's messing me up. Give me a sec. So annoying. Okay. Well, now I have to wait for my iPad to charge. I need to have a better solution for this because I teach off of my iPad, but I feel like my iPad battery is getting wrecked. Yo! No, what happened to my charger? Oh, okay. Never mind, I'm being dramatic. I just found my charger. Okay. Sad. I was hoping that my monitor, which my iPad was connected to, would give enough power to the iPad to keep it going during the stream, but I guess that's not. Either it doesn't give any power or it gives just a bare minimum amount of power. So, yeah, it died. I have to charge it now. It's at 1%. So, you know what I'm gonna do, guys? I'm like, like exhausted anyway. So here's what I'm gonna do. Get some water. Need some water. And I need to do something to wake myself up. Okay, first things first, I'm gonna get some water. Okay, so I'll be right back. Hey, what's up? 뭐라고?
충전기를 자꾸 물어뜯지. 나도
누가?
이거 하나 마트에 갔어.
새 거?
아니?
아니,
이거 받은 거.
받은 거? 아이씨. 나는 내 거는 안 먹어. 내 거는 안 먹어. 여기 인사해. That's my girlfriend. She's not showing her face. She just
된다고?
she's not 아니 얼굴 안 보여준다고. Okay. It took me longer than 2 minutes because I had to go to the restroom. 인사해.
아니 얼굴 살짝 비쳤는데 내 얼굴이 화면에 비치는 내 얼굴이 어색하네.
어색해? Alright. 지금 가는 거야?
이제 나가려고.
아 좋아. 재밌게 보내.
스트리밍 잘하고.
Bye. Okay, so I'm yeah, tragedy after tragedy. Somebody drinks the water, and my iPad goes out. All right. Well, 6% battery is not enough to last me 4 passages. What am I gonna do, man? Oh, God, so annoyed. I'm like tired, but I need to do this test. And now my iPad battery's out. I need to do something that's gonna keep me awake, or at least make me not feel. I need to do something that's gonna make me feel not too lazy to do the SAT. So what I'm gonna do instead is Twitter. I'll do something on my computer. Let's see. Computer, let's go. Oh, Joe, you really have no idea what my YouTube is about. My YouTube is all about how to take tests. All the other stuff you're seeing me do, that's just like in between filler. Hang on, where are we? Like if you look at my YouTube, all my comments, it's all about how to take tests. And so that tends to be what I do. I'm doing the SAT, and right now I'm doing the PSAT. After that, I might be doing AP Lang. I'm not sure. Maybe AP Lang. Maybe ACT. Not sure. Should I do vocab? No, I don't want the vocabulary.com. I'm tired. Let's literally do Twitter. Twitter time. What? No freaking way. That's insane. That's a joke, right?
Seconds. Guessing where I am on Google.
어떤가?
가도 돼?
괜찮아, 괜찮아, 괜찮아. 그냥 그때 말했잖아. 그냥 친구라고 생각하면 된다고.
Maps so
Bye.
in 0.
Bye.
Seconds. That's guessing where I am on Google Maps so in 0.1 seconds.
No way, man.
NT up here, probably near this park. Yeah. Sri Lanka. Nice. That's just the UK. Nice. Guessing where.
That is ridiculous. GeoGuessr. Oh my god, that is so crazy. That is so crazy, dude. I'm blown away by that one. Okay. I might as well write it out because some people don't know why I'm not doing the SAT. Guys, my iPad died. Waiting to recharge. Until then, Twitter. You know what? I should write this in a different format. No. No, whatever. That's good enough. That's good enough. I'm just gonna leave it there. Okay. So GeoGuessr is cool. You know about this? You already know what that is? You're a weirdo too, man. Hang on, what? One trick I learned from Tokyo that helps for understanding any city. The relationship with their landlord. And what's... Okay, I have to click on this because now I'm curious. Bougie. But they're generic. Interchangeable. So why would Alabaster defy that consensus? Hey, why are you here instead of a Chipotle? And the answer, a co-op owns the building above them. They have a landlord with a motive other than straight profit and loss. So they have a unique landlord that, they've owned the building for ages and wants to keep the old flavor alive. Sometimes it's just bored rich people. But that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, that's good enough from what I wanted to know. Landlords. You know, you don't get that kind of landlord in literature usually. You usually get like the sort of blood-sucking landlords. So, because literature tends to be written by people who write, and writers tend to not have a lot of money. So landlords always come out looking real bad, in novels at least. Bitcoin, boo. Oh, that's a little insane. I'm not going to get into that. Right now, I don't feel like I'm that interested in NatSec, national security. So, okay, no. Tyler Cohen, no. Not ready for that agile talk. Did you? Some people should not be allowed to write books. This sounds fun. We're making fun of somebody. I don't know who it is yet. So it's an interview. Did you read the Odyssey? And if so, when? I read a lot of the stories within the Odyssey because they're in things like Percy Jackson. But I actually started and finished writing without sitting down and reading the whole thing. I have various translations. There are parts that are very beautiful and readable, but it's so long and written in a prosy way that's kind of impenetrable. That's what will be good about your book. It'll be an easier read. Yeah, there's a massive part. That is a little sad. Somebody who has never read the Odyssey is writing the Odyssey for kids. Oh man. I am kind of sad about this because I will defend the classics. Okay, I would consider myself a progressive educator, but I'm with the conservative educators on the side of we need to defend the classics. The Western classics are there. Yeah. Sometimes it does that where it doesn't refresh very fast. But I will see your chat usually a little faster sometimes. I don't know why that happens. It's like this technical thing. So why does it say SAT solved? Because I'm going to solve that SAT. I'm going to solve it. That's why. And I'm going to solve it live. What emergent profession? Okay, so this is a very awkward way of asking that question, but what job is going to be 100 times more common? Soldier? That's very grim and pessimistic. I don't know. I wonder what people will say. Because who's this Ryan Hoover guy? I've seen this guy's face many times. Product Hunt, right. He's going to have a lot of followers, so we're going to get some interesting financial ops managers. It's already beginning. Okay, maybe. AI generated movie stars. Tim Ferriss says that. That's very interesting, but that makes sense. Although, is that technically a profession? But maybe it is because they're AI generated. So there's going to be all these people who work around it to like create the personality, create the schedules and whatnot. That's kind of an interesting answer. AI generated personalities. Okay. Everyone, nope, skip that guy. Nope, skip that guy. Not physician's assistant. You know, this is actually really kind of similar to what I think. We're gonna have a lot of therapists or therapist-like jobs in the future. A lot, because machines cannot do therapy. They cannot do therapy. They cannot do communication. They cannot do social connection. And like kind of emotional communication. Like there's gonna be uncanny valley. Like even if a robot is really really good at imitating it, people are not gonna really buy it. At least for a long time, it's not gonna happen. So what's gonna happen is all of the jobs that require social communication is gonna be super in demand. So yeah, something like this will, and actually this is why I believe that teachers in the future are going to be primarily like therapists. They're therapists slash coaches slash facilitators. They're not going to be teachers anymore because the teaching is something that YouTube can do. I mean, YouTube is not the best, obviously, but teaching can happen through media. Media can teach. You don't need people to teach. You can have lots of good media to teach, lots of good programs to teach, applications to teach. But the people part of it is like the coaching, like the therapy, sometimes literally therapy. I mean, teachers are basically doing therapy, even if they're not trained for it. Motivation, like the motivation, the facilitating, just the social organizing, all that kind of stuff. And just being a human being that like is different from the parents and just modeling a different kind of adulthood, you know, stuff like that. So yeah, I'm down with this answer real hard. Hardware repair specifically for VR, I guess. Fertilities, that's pretty very specific. Yeah, so therapists. This is interesting, right? So if there's 100 times more therapists, then it would be one therapist for every 20 people. That's kind of too many. but yeah, we're gonna have more therapists. All human, same position. Caretakers, sports instructors, entertainers, movies. This is a little too broadly defined, but yeah. Just move on. I'm kind of bored now of that question. I kind of like I kind of like that conversation, but it's way too specific, so I'm gonna go on. The reason I'm so passionate about good urbanism is so that cities like Denver never repeat the past. 1920s. Hang on, I kind of don't get the point. What's the point here? According to this person, what is good urbanism? Oh. I did not see that till just now. Holy crap. Wow, look at all those parking lots. That's miserable. That's miserable. Yeah. It's kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting. I'm privileged because I have a lot of hair. That's so funny. Not inquire your view on modern therapy practices, empiricism, social constructivist theory, etc. That's such a funny, like, on the spectrum type of response. Uh, Dude, that's so stupid. Holy crap. Okay. Lisa likes licking lettuce lightly is supposed to help you with the legs. I'm so tired, and everything's really funny right now. Okay, do I have enough battery to continue with the SAT? I have 25%. That is enough. All right, I'm about to go. I'm about to go into the SAT now, the PSAT. Here we go. Let me connect it. Okay, and now we're connected. Let's go. Oh. Are you serious? My Apple Pencil died too? No way, right? Yeah, my Apple Pencil is fine. That's gonna be really annoyed. Okay, and now we're finally getting back to the SAT. Finally, I had to like keep myself energetic. The way I did that was by watching some Twitter, reading some Twitter. Now I'm going back to the SAT. I do not feel energetic at all, but hey, I got to work with what I got. Let's go. I'm at 11 minutes. I'm at 11 minutes and whoa, what's going on? What is going on? What? Hang on, I'm having like a weird technical problem. I've never had this happen before where there we go. Okay. So I was at 11 minutes, but like I don't even remember where I read till. So let me just find where I read till and then I'll continue time. Oh, dude, all my... No, man. All my... Dude. All my annotations are gone. So annoying. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna take a minute to like kind of recreate some of my annotations. Ugh. Okay. Our food come from local farms, mass cultivation, countrywide distribution, supermarkets, less frequent, price and rational economic considerations, taste, quality, nutrition, safety were sacrificed to efficiencies which weakened crop health. Trueback. No potatoes. The efficiencies began yielding diminishing returns, and I was somewhat and the mass housing. And then cultural experiences, conviviality, knowledge, trust, and links to the past, personal touch, and farmers markets. That's, and I put a triangle here actually. Robert Fagan. Social and flavor are more important. Okay. Fresh, ambiance, atmosphere, personal, healthy, social, culture, we know, interaction, talk, part of your life, social. Supermarkets are not conducive to and this is where I got stuck. Okay, now I'm restarting time. I just put my, I just re-annotated everything. Here we go. Restarting time. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Indeed, sociologists have found that patrons have 10 times more conversations in farmers markets. All right, cool. Farmers are enjoying it too. It provides regular income, builds followings, and they can have direct consumer requests. They can interact directly. It can sweeten the experience of eating, you know? Simple, but food, yeah, you can learn about food. Encourages health and protect against disease. Okay, it's healthier too. Okay. 1150. Farmer market growth has just been up, which makes sense with what we just read. Stop. All right. Now, oh no, there's another graph. Let's keep going. Consumers' ratings of the importance of various factors, whether to shop at a farmer's market. Quality. Illness versus, but they're not huge difference, you know, like this is not a huge difference over here. So these are all fairly important. Welcoming atmosphere. All right, there's no real obvious trend here right now, so I'm just gonna move on. 1230, stop. Okay, I didn't see any obvious trends. I'm gonna go into my map of the passage. Here we go. Map of the passage. All right, there were two columns. No, there were three columns, but the second and third columns were kind of shortened, truncated at the bottom. Here we go. First column, top of the first column, we talk about if food efficiency, farms and stuff, and I don't remember exactly what they were talking about at the beginning, but something like industrial. Oh, it used to be local, but then it become massive commercial, something countrywide distribution, warehouses, blah 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 blah. Okay, that was the top of the right side of the page. Okay, first column. Then moving towards the middle, said there were sacrifices on quality, on health, on nutrition and stuff. Okay, I don't remember, but there were 4 circles, but I forgot one of them. And so as they became more efficient, there were certain costs. It was creating a monoculture where we have a bunch of potato chips, but not a variety of potatoes. Okay, so that was the middle of the right column. Then moving towards the bottom, we have this F guy, RF researcher. This RF researcher is examining this phenomenon where people are turning to farmers markets. And so in Canada, in Ontario, Canada, he like kind of surveyed, I guess, or interviewed like thousands of people or something like that in Canada at the farmers markets. And what this gets at is the social aspects as well as the quality aspects of food become really pronounced. Something like that. I'm kind of fuzzy on the bottom right. Next page, top left. We get a bunch of quotations from people who really, really love the social aspects of shopping at the farmer's market. That's basically that whole column, really. It's just talking about people who like the interactions and whatnot. And then the third column, because there's basically no middle or bottom on that, it just sort of moves on. The third column, it talks about how, there's also, besides the social and cultural aspects, there's the quality. It tastes better. Like you get like tips and stuff. You learn food and stuff like that. So there's like the eating experience part of it, but there's also the health part of it where you are getting much more fruits and vegetables through these farmers markets. Okay, so that's my map of the passage. If I had to grade myself, I would say I think that would count as like a B or B minus. Maybe I wouldn't say C plus. I would say B or B minus because I'm a little fuzzy on some of the details, but I kind of remember everything. Oh, and also I guess I might as well add these to the maps of the passage. I mean, this is not really necessary, and this is not normally how I did it, but at the bottom of that page, on the second page, there's this graph that just shows that the farmers markets have grown over time from like 1996 to like 2006 or something like that. And then third page top just shows that there's a bunch of factors that are important for people who shop at farmers markets, which includes some social aspects as well as some healthy aspects. And I didn't really check that whole list because there was no obvious trend that I could see. Other than they're all pretty important. Okay, so that is my map of the passage. Pretty happy with it. I think I should be able to make maybe 2 or 3 no-look answers, just because of that map. Here we go. I'm at 12:30. Let's continue with the questions. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Rational as in economic, as in maybe not necessarily the wisest. To imply it's not the wisest. Understatement? No. Seemingly reasonable, that overlooked important. Yes. That's exactly what I predicted, just in different words. According to the passage, no-look answer number 1. According to the passage, the industrialization of food production has led to an increase in the monoculture. So risk of foodborne illnesses, that's correct. No, and everything else is too positive. So 1310. Hey, that's 2 no-look answers. And this is going to be at the top right. I feel like it's going to be, now I can't do a no-look answer for this, but I'm pretty sure it's this returns sentence. It's going to be top right. 16. Diminishing returns, exactly. I kind of remember that, diminishing returns. So that's that. Okay, diminishing returns at 1330. I did 3 questions in 1 minute right now. 2 of them was no look. 2 of them were no look. The author indicates that the cost of food in farmer market is typically greater. Yeah, this is it's a little bit more expensive, but it doesn't deter. It doesn't deter. It's at the bottom right. Compares favorably. Nope. Nope. No. Nope. Yep. 13.55. It's at the bottom right, so it's gonna be like the 30s. But I don't know for sure, so I needed to double check. I'm assuming it's in the 30s. So yeah, here we go. Yep, 32 to 34. That's correct. Yep, that's 14.10. Sheer 35. I don't even know the context for this, so 35. Much more the mere price. Then what? Simple? That's not a good. Hey, College Board, come on. That's not a good word. When it comes to food, value proofs involve much more than simply price. That would work, but simple price is not the right. You should say simply, not simple. I'm triggered. That's not a good question, College Board. That's not a good answer choice. I mean, College Board. 64 regular most nearly means. 64 will be at the end. So here we go. It provides, predictable, steady. Yeah, 15 seconds for that one. How many no look answers? Okay. Which statement is best supported by figure 1? That farmers markets are getting more popular. So that's the bottom right, middle or bottom right over here. Farmer markets. So that's 27 to 29. 27 to 29. Yep. 15.25. So figure 2 provides support for which point made in the passage? Figure 2, that the social and the health factors all matter. I'm going to try to see if I can get a no-look answer here. Is greater, we don't know. If the value is greater, we don't know that. Environmental concerns, not... that makes sense. Getting a good value, we could double-check C. Is the primary reason? I'm pretty sure it's not. Okay, I'm going to look at environmental concerns. Yeah, it's hard to know, right? Because there's not a lot of, but these are not the, because who knows? Maybe if there's not a single environmental one, hormone and antibiotic free. Oh, is that environmental technically? If that's environmental, then that has evidence. But yeah, is that environmental? Then that's B, right? Hormone? That's like kind of confusing. Getting good value is more important than supporting local farmers. Let's look at that. Good values? No, local farms is more important. So, and then finding is actually the least. So, see, that's the thing. How are you just supposed to know that that's environmental? Like, you're supposed to just, and I don't even, all right. You know, I don't really love that answer choice, but I'll work with it. I had to process eliminate for that. That took me 1 minute and 40 seconds just for that one question. Not happy about that question. I paused the time, by the way. I'm not happy about that question because it's like you're just supposed to know, right? I guess that hormones and antibiotics are supposed to be an environmental concern, and that's not obvious to me. Maybe it's obvious to high school students, but it's not obvious to me. So, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, but yeah, that's the only one that's remaining. Let's go. Next passage. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Keep. Dogs, but not wolves, use humans as tools. Huh, but not wolves. That's interesting. Huh. Wolves basically ignored humans. But dogs need humans for food, I assume? The cognitive differences between dogs and wolves. Okay. Yeah, is it nurture versus nature? Nature versus nurture. They hand raise dogs and wolves. Roughly equivalent nurture. So it has to be genetics, right? If we see any differences. Before their eyes fully open for the first 4 months of their lives, they were in close contact with. Okay, so this goes straight into experiment. Nearly 24 hours a day. Holmes slept with them. Bottle fed. Solid food. A pouch. Public transportation, attending class. What? There were people who were taking these wolves to to their classes. Hilarious. And extensive meeting unfamiliar humans twice a week. They were social. Okay, this part's interesting because this is a social part. Okay. Okay, now we're back to the hypothesis. Demonstrate social concept that approaches sophistication of dogs. Okay. Here's the... Okay, that's the beginning of the experiment. So that's just setting up the controls. But now this is the actual experiment. A plate of food was presented to the wolf pups. Food required human help. Make eye contact. Okay, you just need eye contact. And you would reward the dog. Attempted to reach, however, by the second minute, by minute 2, the dogs began looking. 4th minute, statistical difference. Dogs were more likely to initiate eye contact than the wolves. Okay, that makes sense. From the food to the human, right. Failed to learn was a key. Interesting. See figure 1. Cool. Yeah, look at these dogs, yo. Even earlier they still do it. And oh, the wolves get worse. The wolves get worse. Okay. A second experiment. Cool. Four and 11 months old. Similar results. 2 different types of tasks. Okay. First task. Retrieve a food by opening a bin or pulling a rope. Second task. Oh, hang on. There's just 2 tasks, so forget that. I thought there was... Aftermath is that's an impossible version of the same problem. The dogs looked. The wolves did no such thing. Communicative interaction. Okay. Let's look at this one too. Dogs. Time elapsed before gazing at caregiver. So much more time. Yeah, and this is like the median, I guess. This is like the median. All but ignored. Practically ignored. Equally adept at cognitive parts, but not the social parts. Yeah, they're really good. And I know quite a bit about, I've learned quite a bit about wolves by reading a book about wolves. They are very intelligent, but yes, they're not social, or they're not cross-species social, at least not with humans. The middle, yeah, that's the median. Or that's the median, yeah. The dash line indicates did not respond within 2 minutes, yeah. Stop. All right, let's go into my map of the passage. Map of the passage. Here we go. I am really tired. But here we go. Map of the passage. I don't think my map is going to be very good. I don't even know how many columns there are. I think there's 2 columns. I'm not even sure. So tired. Oh, you know what? I should write down my energy level next to my time. That would be helpful. Okay. Dogs and wolves. We are wondering whether they have, whether their social cognitive abilities diverge because of genetics or because of the way they are raised, nature versus nurture. That's the first paragraph. I think it's on the right side of the first page, which means I think there's 3 columns, but whatever. Okay, that's the beginning. Then it says that there was this experiment where they raised wolves and dogs in the exact same way from before they could even see. They were raised by humans who would feed them, take them around, and take them around to their schools, to whatever, and they would socialize with each other, with other dogs, and with many, and there was, I guess, many humans as well. And this whole explanation goes all the way down to the middle, to the end of the middle of the right side. Then at the top, starting at the bottom of the right side, there's like this little interjection. So, is it genetics that determines how wolves behave? Something like that. Okay, it's just like a callback to the original hypothesis. And then it just starts describing the first experiment. The first experiment is they got these wolves at a certain a couple months of age. All right. For the dogs, for some reason, they had like 5 and 9, and for the wolves, just 9. But they learned that the basically what they did is they put food in a place that the wolves and the dogs could not reach. Okay, and then basically over time the dogs would slowly realize that if they just look at the human that was standing there, the human would help them get the food. The dogs did that pretty naturally, but the wolves basically did not. In fact, even when they did look back and get like the reward, they didn't really necessarily learn that that's the way to do it. Okay, they're more independent than dogs, kind of. Although that's not what the passage says. Then there's a second. Now I actually no longer physically remember where on the page it is. My visual map is completely broken right now. But there is a second experiment, and the second experiment has them learn 2 tasks first. I think it's at the 4th month and the 7th month or something crazy like that. I don't know. It's very strange with the timing. But they learn 2 tasks. They learn to pull a rope, or they learn to do something else, and it's supposed to give them food. Now, the reason they do this, by the way, they don't say it directly in the passage, but the reason they're doing this is because they want to control for the fact that maybe the wolves are just dumber, right? So no. The wolves actually learn the task just as well as the dogs. They do it just the same. However, it's the dogs who, within 2 minutes, when they are given an impossible version of the same task, like for example, if there's like a pulley that you have to pull on, if there's like a rope for a pulley, but then like it's stuck or something like that, they didn't actually say it, but something like that, then the dogs would look back at the human and the human would help, right? But the wolves didn't do that. They just not at all, not really. So that was the second experiment. And then after that, what happens? It just says that, wolves are not dumb. They're not dumb, but it's just, yeah, that's the end of the passage from what I remember. Okay, here we go. Map of the passage. I think I got most of the important I got the important content down, but I don't know where it's physically placed, so I actually have to skim back on it to know where it is. I would, if I knew the location of everything, I feel like I'd give myself a B plus, but because I don't, I'm giving myself a C plus. All right, here we go. Let's go into the questions now. 3, 2, 1, let's go. And I might as well see. Oh, it's just one page. It's 2 columns. I don't know. All right. Which choice best reflects the overall structure? It's basically a big, long experiment description. Okay. A description and a report. Yep. No look answer 2310. Which choice is an underlying assumption? Wait, how come I didn't circle it? What happened here? Oh, stop. Technical problem. I hate it when this happens. Like, I don't even understand why this happens. Okay, I did description to results. And I circled. Although it's actually multiple results, but in multiple, it's kind of confusing, but this is like not, that's actually kind of badly worded because there's actually results twice. So it actually, the singular plural should really be a description of an investigation is followed. Yeah, a description of an investigation is followed up by a second investigation, and the results are shared both times. Something like that, man. Because that's not really accurate. This answer choice. Hey, College Board, do better. All right, here we go. Moving on to the next. Oh, big ass mosquito. Where's my mosquito killer? I just killed it with my hands. Okay, I'm gonna bring my mosquito. What do you call it? The tennis racket. These things are awesome. Okay, continuing. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Which choice is an assumption of the experiments? That I don't remember a specific assumption. Let me just read through them. Later, learn later? No. Soon as they open their eyes, will rely on people? Maybe? But that's not strongly... I don't remember that strongly being... Maybe this will behave... Competing. What? People... Oh, yeah. This makes more sense. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. It's over here, right? Where we have that little interjection. Oh, sorry, over here. So I'm on the wrong column. Yeah, here's the inter. Oh no, it's not here. It's at the top here. Okay, there we go. 8 through 9, or 7 through 9. I mean. Wow, I'm doing this really slow. I am really slow right now. Raised. Line 10 raised. Well, oh my god, raised. I didn't even really need to know this, but yeah, look back. But they were reared. They were, yeah, reared. Predicted exactly. Primary purpose of the third paragraph is to... What's the third paragraph? Probably the first experiment. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no. Just to remind us of the hypothesis. Remind us of the hypothesis. What? Competing? I guess competing. hypotheses, because there's two sides, right? There's two sides. Yeah, there's the or. Yeah, that works. Approach, 34 approached. I don't know what approach means here, so I just need to go back. That approximated, or, you know, was similar to. Oh my god, did I subconsciously remember that word? Okay, approximated. It can be inferred that one of the experiment's goals in socializing the wolf and dog pups was to encourage their social skills so that they are able to look at, so that they would learn that it's okay to look at the human beings. Desire to receive rewards is a little iffy. Comfort, yeah, comfort. And the evidence for comfort. Which choice best supports the claim that wolves possess as much acquiring new skills? You know, this is at the very bottom of the right side. We know. This is 76, 77. It could be a little later than that too. 76, 77, but it's already here, right here. That's what I was looking for. 26, 25. What main purpose do these figures serve in relation to the passage as a whole? They show that, yeah, they just show the results of the experiments. Yep. 26, 40. Based on the information in the passage in figure 2, the dogs in the second experiment in general were are we compared to the wolves? Hang on. Oh, we have to look at the tasks. Okay. The dogs were faster with the rope task. They are faster with the rope task. The median was they were faster with the rope task. Or slower with the bin task. Oh my god, what? More likely? No, we don't know more likely. Quicker. Not involving affection. What? Stymied more quickly by the rope test? I mean, is that even... Can you even know that? I guess so, because if they're stymied faster than you look back faster. Sure. That's a little messed up, honestly, but 28. Because the inference here is that if they're stymied by the rope test, and they look back at the people, right? Okay, continuing. Is this the final passage? No, I have 2 more passages. Oh my god, guys, I am exhausted. I cannot continue. Guys, I'm sorry. I want to finish these passages, but I am just exhausted. Just forgive me, my jet lag, my schedule, my everything. I'm just not able to handle it anymore right now. Okay, so 28 minutes. Guys, I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm gonna continue the stream later on when I have more energy. Until then, guys, take care and keep on growing. Challenge yourselves. You can grow every day, little by little. Okay, whatever that means for you, do it now. Peace.